Where are you coming from tonight?
Oh, we just left Timber.
Okay. Anything to drink tonight?
No.
None at all?
No.
Okay. You say you've had nothing to drink at all tonight? Okay. You may begin. Okay. You may begin when you're ready.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1008. Okay, restart. Where do I count from?
You can stop.
How long have you been in cop?
4.5 years now.
Do you like it?
I do.
I watched a lot of Criminal Minds, but I never thought I'd be on the opposite front.
Do you know what today's date is?
April 1st. April Fools, I'm not arrested anymore.
Hello, Deputy Miller, Sheriff's Office. Driver's license, vehicle registration.
Is this a registration? Or this might be, I really don't know which one's a registration. Insurance.
Okay. So this is going to be your insurance, and it expired on February 24th.
Okay. My mom she told me today she did just talk to them and she was getting it renewed. We just don't have the paper copy.
Okay.
No, that's not the registration, it's temporary. I have way too much time.
So a couple of reasons I'm chatting with you tonight. When you turned from Whitman onto Grand, you went into the far lane, almost striking the curb.
Okay.
And then as you proceeded north on Grand, you're driving down the middle of the road.
Okay.
And as I turned my lights on, you actually drove up on the curb trying to pull over. Where are we coming from tonight?
We're from Lewiston. We're not from here.
Right. Where are you coming from tonight?
Oh, we just left Timber.
Okay. Anything to drink tonight?
No.
None at all?
No.
Okay.
This say registration?
Yep, it does. Alright, I'm going to give you that one back. Alright. Would you mind jumping out and doing some voluntary field sobriety tests with me? Okay. Come on out. We're going to go right over there in the parking lot. I'm going to close your door here, okay?
Parking lot?
Yeah, we're going to just stand right there beside my car. I'm going to knock my emergency lights off for you. Just stand right there for me. Step to pulse 16, check one.
Pulse 15. What?
Be out testing.
Copy, testing, 125.
All right, let's come right over here. I want to find a flat spot for you here. All right, so again, all of these are voluntary. You can stop them at any time, okay? You say you've had nothing to drink at all tonight. Okay. Do you have any medical conditions I should be aware of? If you could, just stand with your feet together, hands at your side. You're going to remain in that position while I do this next test, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at your eyes, okay? Have you had any head trauma in the last 24 hours? Been involved in any car wrecks?
24 hours, no.
Okay. Good. All right, give me just a second so I can answer her. $60. All right, can you see the tip of that pen right there? All right, I want you to follow the tip of the pen with your eyes and your eyes only, keeping your head facing straight forward, okay? Do you understand those instructions? Okay. If you need to blink, blink at any time, okay? All right, so for this next one, we're going to go up. Same thing, keep your head still, follow with your eyes and your eyes only, okay?
I have contacts in, so my eyes get dried fast. Sorry if I blink.
If you need to blink, go ahead. Okay. So for this next one, we're going to kind of go at an angle here. We're going to imagine a straight line out in front of you, okay? I want you to put your left foot is on that line right now, staying right where you are. Your left foot's on that line. I want you to place your right foot in front of it, touching heel to toe. Can you get them straight in front of each other like mine are? All right. Keeping your hands at your side, I want you to remain in this position while I explain and demonstrate the next test, okay? You're going to imagine that straight line out in front of you. You're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps down that line. When you get to your 9th step, you're going to take a series of small steps around your lead foot, and you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps back. It's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3. Series of small steps. I took 3 steps, but you're going to take 9, okay? And 9 heel-to-toe steps back. 1, 2, 3. Can you get back in that starting position for me?
This one?
Yep. So during this test, I want you to look down at your toes, count each step out loud, keep your arms at your side. Once you begin the test, don't stop until you're complete.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me? Okay, you may begin. Okay. The next one is called the one-leg stand. Before I explain and demonstrate this one, we're going to go back to that first starting position, which was feet together, hands at your side. You're going to remain in that position while I explain and demonstrate this next one, okay? So for this one, you're going to pick a leg of your choice. You're going to raise it 6 inches, approximately 6 inches off the ground. You're going to keep your toe pointed level with the ground. And you're going to look at your toe and count out loud. 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop.
Okay.
During this one, look down at your toe, count as instructed, keep your arms at your side, and your legs straight. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, give me just a second here. Which leg are you going to raise? Okay. You may begin when you're ready.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1008. Okay, restart. Where do I count from?
You can stop. So this last one is called the preliminary breath test. Again, it's voluntary. It's not in lieu of the evidentiary breath test. It's just like blowing up a big balloon. So deep breath in, consistent breath out until it clicks. Okay? Deep breath in and blow. Keep blowing, oh. So you got to wrap your lips around the tube before you blow, okay? Deep breath in and blow. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay. How old are you?
19.
Okay. What's the legal limit under 21 in the state of Washington to drive?
08.
To drive under 21?
To drive. I'm not from Washington.
Okay. So under 21 is a .02. Okay. If you had to guess, where do you think you're at right now?
0.05.
0.05? Okay.
Where am I at?
I'll tell you as soon as it pops up. You're currently at a .221. Okay? So right now you are under arrest for DUI, so go ahead and put your hands behind your back. Just so you're aware, I am recording, and I'll explain every step of the process here as we go to you, okay? Got a couple things to read to you first, and then we'll go from there. I would guess no, just from my simple conversation.
No,
but,
and I trust your opinion.
So right now you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right at this time to the presence of an attorney during questioning, and if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you prior to question if you so desire. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not make any statements or answer any questions. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Okay.
The only question I have.
Yeah.
Can I call my mom?
We
get to.
Yep, we can make that happen. We got a few steps to get through. What can we do with your car? Because I'm guessing if you're drinking, she's been drinking, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, can we safely park your vehicle in the parking lot here?
Yes.
And will she be able to find a ride home, maybe?
Yes.
Okay. My partner will go up and chat with her real quick.
Is she gonna be getting in trouble as well?
She's not in any trouble. Nope. Nope.
She's not driving.
I just want to make sure she has a safe way to get home, and we legally park your car, so I don't have to tow it.
Yes.
Does
So
that
is
make
it cool
sense?
if I move your car?
Wherever is legal, yes.
All right. We're gonna walk over here to the front passenger side of my car. Okay. We're gonna right up here to the front. All right, just turn and face my car for me. All right. Yep. All right. Do you have anything on you that's gonna poke me, stab me, or hurt me?
No.
Okay. Can you take just a small step backwards and separate your feet for me? There you go. I'm gonna use the back of my hand.
That's eyelash glue in my pocket, by the way.
Okay. Back of my hand again. All right, we're going to come back here and have a seat. Do you need a phone or wallet out of your car to go with you?
Maybe my phone.
Okay. Go ahead and have a seat there. I have her ID, yeah.
No, this is her ID.
No, I'd love to have the passengers.
So, no, the passenger handed me this ID and said this is her ID, and that she must have handed you.
What's your first name?
Cyanna?
So whose ID did you give me to begin with?
Maybe Abby's. That was the only other one I should have had.
Okay, Abigail?
Yeah.
Okay, that's whose ID I have.
Oh,
okay,
I'm sorry.
Perfect. Give me just a second.
Yeah.
Let's grab her ID back. Alright.
This is your ID.
There is your ID
Okay,
back.
thank you. I'm sorry. Both of our IDs were in there, so she probably just grabbed the first one she saw.
Okay. She said her phone's in here and she'd like to take that with her.
Do you have any weapons or
Perfect.
anything on you?
No.
So if you don't have any weapons, I will give you a ride to the police department.
Okay.
And you can sit and hang out in our lobby.
Okay. It's just going to take a minute because we are from Lewiston, so my brother's
Yeah, I
driving
know.
from the orchards to here.
So, but I'm gonna move the car.
Okay,
And
am I good to step out?
yeah,
Yep.
you
Okay.
can step out and you can hang out under there until I can take you to the police department.
Is she going to get a phone call to call her parents or
Yep,
anything?
she has to
Or do
call
I-
her mom and
do I need to-
we'll get that taken care of. Alright, you good?
I'll just meet you at the
Alright, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Is this your phone?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds like she's got a hold of her brother. Her brother's going to come get her. My partner is going to give her a ride to Pullman PD so she has somewhere to hang out until he gets here. Stop to Pulse 16 en route. PPD with 1 for the test. Beginning mileage.
One.
106466, cooperative female. Stop to Pulse 16, arrive. PPD ending mileage.
One.
106467.
141.
Alright. Take that with me. This. Come on out. Step up on the sidewalk there. We're going to go in the building on this end here. You go around the corner over the side you there, get the door. We're going to go all the way to the end of the hallway. You're going to use the door on the right. Alright, hang out in there. I'll be over on the other side in just a minute. Hello. She is not attached yet. It's Cyanna. I'll get her attached in just a second. Yeah. Thank you. Come on. We're going to have a seat right here. Perfect. All right, I am still recording in here. We've got a bunch of paperwork to go through to start this process, okay? So first things first, because we're inside of a holding facility, I gotta go through and read you your rights again. I know I just read them to you out there, but I gotta go through and read them again, okay? So you have the right to remain silent. You have the right at this time to an attorney. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. If you are under the age of 18, anything you say can be used against you in a juvenile court prosecution for a juvenile offense and can also be used against you in an adult court criminal prosecution if the juvenile court decides that you're to be tried as an adult. You have the right to talk to an attorney before answering any questions. You have the right to have an attorney present during the questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you without cost if you so desire. You can exercise these rights at any time. Do you understand these rights? Okay. So this line here says, I have read or have had read to me the above explanation of my constitutional rights and I understand these rights. Is that true? Mm-hmm. Okay. Where it says subject signature here, I'm going to put handcuffed because you're currently in handcuffs. If at a later point at the end of all this you want to go back and sign it, we can do that, okay?
Another question.
Yeah.
When can I get out of handcuffs?
So we got to do what's called a 15-minute observation period. Okay. So when I tell somebody they can't touch their mouth, which is what I'm going to tell, well, it's literally the next step. They always want to touch it. Okay. So that's why you're going to remain in handcuffs. I do the same thing with everybody. As soon as we get done with our breath samples, you'll come out of handcuffs. Okay. Do you have anything in your mouth right now?
I just have a tongue piercing, if that counts.
Okay. Any?
I don't have gum or anything.
No gum or anything like that. Okay. Can you open your mouth for me? Ooh, catching things. Tongue up. Is it easy to remove your tongue ring? And would it be a problem if we had it out for like 15, 20 minutes? Okay. We'll leave it in. The big thing is like foreign objects like gum, chewing tobacco, food, anything like that. Okay. Sorry, distraction. The next line says, I understand my constitutional rights. I have decided not to exercise these rights at this time. Any statements made by me are made freely, voluntarily, and without threats or promises of any kind. Is that true? Okay. I'm going to do the same thing there where it says your signature. I'm going to write handcuffed for now. Okay. Do you have anything in your mouth right now? I just have a tongue piercing, if that counts. No gum or anything like that. Okay. Can you open your mouth for me? Ooh, catching things. Tongue up. Is it easy to remove your tongue ring? And would it be a problem if we had it out for like 15, 20 minutes? Okay. Okay. We'll leave it in. The big thing is like foreign objects like gum, chewing tobacco, food, anything like that.
How long have you been a cop?
4.5 years now.
Do you like it?
I do.
I watched a lot of Criminal Minds, but I never thought I'd be on the opposite front.
Whoops. Okay, so this next portion is a big section here. It's almost a full page long, okay? So I'm going to go through and read all this to you. It says, warning, you are under arrest for RCW 4661-502 or RCW 4661-504, driving or being in actual physical control of a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor and or drugs. Further, you are now being asked to submit to a test of your breath, which consists of 2 separate samples of your breath taken independently to determine alcohol concentration. 1. You are now advised that you have the right to refuse this breath test, and that if you refuse, A, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be revoked or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 1 year, and B, your refusal to submit to this test may be used in a criminal trial. 2. You are further advised that if you submit to this breath test and the test is administered, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be suspended, revoked, or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 90 days if you are A, age 21 or over, and the test indicates the alcohol concentration of your breath is 0.08 or more, or you are in violation of RCW 4661-502, driving under the influence, or RCW 4661-504, physical control of a vehicle under the influence. Or B, under age 21, and the test indicates the alcohol concentration of your breath is 0.02 or more, or you are in violation of RCW 4661-502, driving under the influence, or RCW 4661-504, physical control of a vehicle under the influence. 3. If your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive is suspended, revoked, or denied, you may be eligible to immediately apply for an ignition interlock driver's license. 4. You have the right to additional tests administered by any qualified person of your own choosing. For those not driving a commercial motor vehicle at the time of the arrest, if your driver's license is suspended or revoked, your commercial driver's license, if any, will be disqualified. For those driving a commercial motor vehicle at the time of the arrest, if you either A, refuse this test, or B, submit to this test and the test indicates an alcohol concentration of 0.04 or more, you will be disqualified by the Department of Licensing from driving a commercial motor vehicle. This line here says, I have read or have had read to me the above statements. Is that true?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to put handcuff there again. My pen died tonight, so I get to use my finger to do all this. It doesn't look as nice as when I do it with my pen, but that's okay. All right. Will you now submit to a breath test? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any confusion reference the implied consent warnings, which is what I just read? Okay.
No.
All right, give me just a second. You have a really easy driver's license number.
It's all with 0 something. I don't know all of it, but I know it's a lot of zeros.
There we go. I got the right information in there. I had ran passenger, and so my dispatch, whoever I run, the vehicle and plate, they always add it to my call, and that's not the person. Yeah, that's not you. That's not who I arrested. So I had to correct that before I get too far here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, now I can move on. Almost. 149. Alright. So this next portion is what's called the interview packet. You can answer all of them, none of them, some of them, your choice. I'm just going to go through and read them as exactly they seem. Some of them are very silly, but I'm going to read them as they say them, okay? Do you have any physical impairments?
Do my eyes count?
It's up to you.
Yes.
Okay. Would you say, is that what you're saying is your eyes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you limp?
No.
Are you sick or injured?
No.
Under the care of a doctor or dentist?
Like, I have a maid.
Okay. Are you diabetic or epileptic?
No.
Do you take insulin?
No.
Have you taken any medicines or drugs in the past 24 hours? When was your last dose of medication? Any cocaine?
No.
Do you have impaired vision?
Yes.
Face the wall.
Do you wear corrective lenses?
Yes.
Were you wearing them today when you were stopped?
Yes.
Where do you work? Did you work today?
Yes.
Time you got off work?
6:30.
AM or PM?
Yeah.
AM or PM? About how many hours of sleep did you get last night? Did you guess?
8.
Were you driving the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you ever been arrested for DUI before?
No.
Anything mechanically wrong with the vehicle?
Yes.
Such as?
There's a maintenance required light on. It's been on for a while. I couldn't tell you what's wrong. I just have my uncle and dad deal with it. But
Okay.
there's definitely a couple things wrong with the car.
Okay. Have you been injured or involved in any collisions in the past 24 hours?
No.
Have you been drinking? Have you had any alcohol to drink since being stopped?
No. No.
Where were you going before being stopped?
I was going to my boyfriend here in that chair right there.
Without looking, do you know what time do you
I'll
think
go back
it
up
is?
and grab another chair. Probably around 1:40
AM or PM?
a.m. Can I know what time it actually is?
1:58.
I'm a smart woman.
Do you know what street or highway you were on?
I'm not from Pullman. I think it was Stadium Way.
Do you know which direction of travel you were going? Like northeast, south, and west?
I do not know.
Where did you start driving from?
Timber,
What time did you leave Timber?
right about 1:10.
Do you know what day of the week it is?
Saturday,
Do you know what city and county you're in?
Pullman, Washington. Is this Whitman County?
Yep. Do you know what today's date is?
April 1st.
Is.
April Fools. I'm not arrested anymore.
Have you been drinking alcoholic beverages?
Yes.
What have you been drinking?
I drank a beatbox.
I have never heard of a beatbox.
Me neither.
How much have you drank?
Just a full beatbox. I'm not sure how much it is.
When did you start drinking?
11.
Who have you been drinking with?
Just my friend that you saw me with.
Uh,
We were on Greek Road.
Okay. Where were you drinking?
A frat party.
What time of your last drink?
Time of my last drink, probably 12:15.
Do you believe your ability to drive was affected by your alcohol and or drug usage? All right. So that's the last of the questions. We got about 2.5 minutes before we can go through this whole process. So what happens is I have to input your information into the machine and I have to tell it my information. And then it goes through and does what's called the self-check. Make sure everything's good to go. And then we'll do a breath sample. And then it does a self-check again. And we'll do a second breath sample. As soon as you're done providing the second breath sample, I'll get you out of handcuffs, okay? Do you know what's in a beatbox?
I think it's a wine-based drink.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
Have you smoked, vomited, or put anything in your mouth
Since when?
in the last 15 minutes during this observation time? So it's going to go through and do its self-check. So similar to the one that we did out on this machine here, but this one wants a longer breath, okay? So we got to take a great big deep breath in. We're going to wrap our lips around just the end portion right here, and we're going to give a nice long breath, okay? You're welcome to stand or sit for this, whatever works for you, but I'm going to hang on to this. All right, you ready? Nice big deep breath in. Wrap your lips and blow.
Oh,
Hang on.
I messed up.
It's,
Sorry.
it's okay. So we don't want to plug the end of it because it tracks if you're sucking in or blowing consistently, okay? So nice deep breath in. Wrap the lips. There we go. There we go. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing. You're halfway there. Doing good. All right. Like I said, it'll go through and do that self-check again, clean out the system. It's ready for the second. All right, same thing. Nice big deep breath and blow. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing. We're halfway there. Keep going, keep going, keep going. All right. Stand up, I'll get you out of the handcuffs. Go ahead and have a seat again. Okay. So it looks at your breath two different ways. It's called an IR and an EC. This is your first sample, and this is your second sample, okay? So your lowest sample is a 0.174, which is still over the legal limit of 0.02, okay? So one of these copies will be yours. I'm going to sign it.
You're gonna take her chair
Yep.
when she gets up.
You have to stand there for me.
So you can sit right there. Just keep your hands away from your face, but if you want to lay your head on the table so I can see your mouth, we're good, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Like this is okay?
That's okay. Thanks.
Yeah, we're going to step in here. We'll finish up.
Can I tell somebody that I'm here?
Yeah, as soon as we're finished, I'll let you know.
Okay, so this form here is what's called the request for DUI hearing. Because you're over the legal limit, there's two sides to a DUI. There's going to be the civil portion, which is this with Department of Licensing, for suspending your license, and then there's the criminal investigation, which is the reason you're being arrested, and you'll have court for that, okay? So reference to your license being suspended, this is the information provided and the steps required in order to contact Department of Licensing, reference the possible suspension of your driver's license, okay? So at the very top here, this form right here says, notice of a right to a hearing. I have been given written notice of my right to a hearing, including the steps required to obtain a hearing, and understand that the notice of suspension, revocation, or denial of license will be mailed to the address of record on file with the Department of Licensing. What that means is they're going to mail it to the address that's on your driver's license.
Yes.
So by signing here, this is just stating that you got a copy of this. You can sign it. You don't have to. It's up to you.
Just with my finger?
Give me just a second. Whoops. Wrong box. So much easier when I have my pen. There you go. Oh, there we go. And today's date, 04/01/23. Perfect. Oh. All right, I'm going to hang on to all this right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a ride over to Colfax. The jail is in Colfax. So as long as you stay cooperative, you've been cooperative with me, and as long as you stay that way, I'm not going to put you back into handcuffs. When we get out to the car, I'll give you your cell phone, and you can make a call to your mom, because I'm guessing she's in Lewiston. Okay. We'll let you get a phone call made. Like I said, it'll be $500 for bail, and it'll probably be about anywhere from that 3 to 5 hour mark now till she'll be able to bail you out. So when we get over to Colfax, I got to go up and do paperwork on it. It's called a booking sheet. Once they get you booked in, then they can release you. Any questions? Okay. You're going to go right back through that door again. Hang out in there, and I'll see you on the other. Yep, I'll see you on the other side.
Oh, do you have
Yeah,
Oh,
she's going.
because I was gonna, friend has a right. Oh, you gotta keep your hands away from your. You gotta keep your hands away from your mouth.
The friend what?
Has a right coming is all I was gonna tell you.
Gotcha. Thank you. come on out. We're going to take her right over to Colfax. She is being booked for DUI. I've explained that she can bail out, and she's going to call Mom when we leave here. Yes, she can bail out.
Yeah, how much is bail?
500.
500?
Mm-hmm.
To get her out?
It would be 500 cash, and if you're using a card, there's like a card fee. I just don't know how much it is. It's not
And
a whole
that's
lot.
in Colfax?
Yep. The jail's in Colfax, and it's going to be 3 to 5-ish hours till I can get my paperwork done. She gets through the booking process before she can be released.
Can I hug her before I go?
Yeah.
Who's coming to get you? Andrew. Okay. Sorry. Okay. We'll try and get you out. It's just a night.
No, if she doesn't bail out, she has to see a judge to get released.
So
It would be
tonight,
potentially.
though, it would take 5 hours to get her out.
Yeah. So I've got to go over and do a report. It's called a PC booking sheets so probable cause booking sheet before the jail can book her in. So that's what the time delay is. Me transporting her over there, me doing paperwork, and then the jail doing their side of the paperwork to get her entered into the system, and then before she can be released. All that paperwork's got to be taken care of first, which is where I say it could be 3, could be 5 hours. So.
Okay.
But she'll be at the Colfax jail on Main Street. All right. We're going to go right back out to the car. Other side. Go ahead. You're welcome to have a seat. Nope, yep, you got to be in the back. I was just coming up here to grab your phone.
Alright.
Oh, normally I put that there. We'll see if it stays. It's not my normal car. Here's your cell phone. So you can have it until we get to Colfax to try to get somebody to come bail you out, okay?
Okay.
Once we get to Colfax, I'm going to take it back. Step all 16.
All 16.
Did Abby
En
text?
route, Whitman County Jail, cooperative female booking. Beginning mileage is going to be the same as ending.
Okay, please. Fucking
227.
Bye.
500. Okay. Fax, it's gonna take 3 to 5 hours. They have to process the papers. Question?
Yeah.
If my bail was paid right now, could they come back and get me in a few hours?
You know, that's a great question because I do not know. I don't think they can bail you out until you're entered into the system.
He said they can't bail me out until